One grassroots basketball story to another football grassroots story, and definitely we've watched the particular team at the National Stadium Surulere talking about F8ballers. It's an academy that we've watched them grow between the age of 3 and 19, and definitely, as it says, we've watched them from the first year till the point where they are right now, which is actually the 5th, and they are hitting the 6th, and they have over 200 players, shockingly, and they are absolutely doing so well. The 3-year-old kids actually caught our attention. We had to now go down that way to watch how these young talents are being discovered, at the same time nurtured, and one day you'll be seeing them fill up the gap where you talk about the under 12, under 15, under 17, under 20, 23. Then you now know where the last level that we're looking at. That means we'll be looking at the Super Eagles. I've got the proprietor of F8ballers Football Academy Surulere as he joins us. Angel Salt, I've watched him grow, even as a coach too. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Good morning, Blessing.
Yeah, fantastic day to you, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yes, let's take a look at this. Last December 2023, I was shocked by the growth of those kids and the kind of skills they actually displayed on that particular day. But let's now talk about how you could describe the achievements so far in the last 5 years.
Okay, good morning, viewers. The first thing for me is when I started the Football Academy, I was in between living out my passion and establishing a business. You know, so I did a lot of courses on social business and everything. So I realized that I have to not just be passionate about doing football, but also do something that is sustainable. Mm-hmm. So 5 years is the testament of sustainability. I started with 2 players, and now we are over 200 between the age of 3 to 19. So why that age group? That's a formative age to the teenagers. That's where you can actually harness what the nation has, not just in sports or football, but generally. We need to pay attention to that age grade so that we'll be able to, you know, we should just have like a beautiful, you know, projection of the future when we invest so much in this one thing.
All right, then let's now talk about how you would describe your major aim. Would you say you've been able to achieve it so far in the last 5 years?
Of course, yes. I set a 5 years trajectory, and the first 5 years we want to have a working system, you know, a working football academy system where young players can be able to balance football and education. And beyond that, those that are between the age of 13 upward could also accommodate vocational skills. And, you know, when you give a child football and you give them their books, of course, education is essential. But you'll be surprised that a lot of them will go for the football because it's interesting to them. It engages their energy system and stuff. So we thought, you know what, for the first 5 years, let's focus on having a system and structure. In the 5 years, if someone gets to go to under 17, of course, we send some players to the under 17 camp to try out, and it was a very good one with all the challenges attached to that. And we're still going to do that again. But for the first 5 years for us, we just wanted to have a system. We wanted to be sure that we're strong. We wanted to be sure that we are a name to be reckoned with, both at the state level, at the national level, and now at the global level.
Now, talking about the global level, 6th year, what will make it different from what we've been seeing previously?
Okay, so for the first time in the academy's history, we're going to be playing Lagos State FA Cup this year. We're going to be playing the NLO2 this year. We want to be a league team this year. So we've had F8ballers Football Academy. We're going to launch the F8ballers FC proper this year, where the ones that are closer to the market can be able to express themselves and be able to show themselves to whoever cares to see them, the scouts, the managers and stuff out there. So from the 6th year, we're also trying to see the possibility of having our own facilities. You know, that's one of the challenges you have. You know, where we currently train, I mean, there's a lot of challenges with time and everything. So I just feel that we're not getting the true potential of our players because we don't really have time to engage them like that.
All right, then, do you think the sports ministry, they are actually doing well to support football academies across the country?
Well, I would say a yes, because they exist as a sport ministry. And then I would just chip in this as a matter of urgency and as a matter of advice from someone who works day to day in the sports sector. And one of the objectives of the sport ministry, as I read, is to provide and maintain sport facilities. So I think I've been saying this for a long time now. If example, a man has 2 wives, if you can settle 2 of them, there won't be problem. So regardless of what the ministry is doing, I just think that if the ministry can help us facilitate the availability of so many facilities, basketball, football, tennis, across the local government, across the streets, so that when we have those facilities, we that we are interfacing with the players can have, the platform to be able to do the work we need to do. This sports, football things is a general concern. I mean, we're talking about the players that were chosen for the Super Eagles. I mean, one of them could have come from F8ballers, and then the entire country would be rejoicing that, it wouldn't matter where the boy comes from. It wouldn't matter where indeed he came from. We're all missing him. We're all concerned that, he's not going to be there. So when the facilities are available, I think we'll be able to, harness more of our talents at every level.
All right, and what should now be done to encourage most of these for the football academies in terms of encouraging them to grow and develop at the same time fully?
Well, I think another thing is I can't say, okay, the NFF or the Lagos FA should give academy sponsors, which is very, very essential. But what I'm going to say is I watched on LinkedIn yesterday where FIFA visited Rwanda to train them on digital marketing. I mean, what happens to us using the influence we have at the global level to facilitate trainings? I mean, education is one of the things that is limiting a lot of the grassroots coaches in Lagos and Nigeria. So I think if the education is coming, I have done courses with FIFA, I've done courses online with Olympic.org, I've done courses with English FA, I've trained myself personally. So what about other people who don't know that these things are there? So I think if from the NFF level, they can facilitate a partnership with the global football and powers to ensure that coaches at the grassroots level are being trained, education can take us very, very far.
As a coach, let me put it that way, how does it feel psychologically when you lose one of your strongest players?
And well, it's a big blow. It's a big blow. For me, I think when you have a pinpointer, you have to train the replacement. Okay. But why I'm concerned about the choice of replacement is that a lot of Nigerians don't even know this guy. And people are saying, okay, why not this and that? But I think as a coach, you know who best fits in, the square peg to put in the square hole and stuff. So I think we're all watching to see if this replacement justifies, the inclusion.
All right, and with that, let's now quickly tell you that Brighton boss Roberto De Zerbi praised the side's very smart game, according to him, after they kept their first Premier League clean sheet of the season at West Ham. It was the first time in 24 league matches Brighton have not conceded a goal, ending a club record run. Brighton had more possession, but definitely wasted some huge chances. A point moves them Brighton into 7th place above Manchester United, while West Ham are 3 points further ahead in 6th position. There are some games that we saw in the Spanish La Liga on Tuesday night that actually delayed one of our own, talking about Sadiq Umar. That will be hitting camp today, but we saw Getafe losing at home to Rayo Vallecano 0-2 with all the results on the screen. Let's just tell you that we'll take some good action when we talk about the Spanish La Liga tonight with the fixtures on your screen. Then we'll take you straight to Italy, where Italian Coppa Italia, we saw only one game that delayed Samuel Chukwueze too from hitting camp early enough, but definitely it's been expected today. And as it is right now, we will tell you that AC Milan defeated Cagliari 4-1. Then with the fixtures of Italian Coppa Italia to be shown today, and that it is, we already know that they will be without, I'm talking about Demola Lukman, but Atlanta will be hosting Sassuolo this evening, while Roma will be staying back at home for Cremonese. Then with that, let's now quickly still go back and talk a bit more about the 2023 AFCON we are all eagerly waiting for. Let's talk about that right now. Do you think Super Eagles can go far or make the 4th AFCON title?
Well, there is hope and possibility, but let's be realistic. Every team that's going to play at the AFCON, everybody's virtually coming with their best. So I think from a football person's point of view, I think the coach's selection should give us some optimism, even though a lot of people are feeling pessimistic. But I want to be optimistic. I want to think that we have the best legs to justify our being there. I mean, we have the host Ivory Coast in our group. We have Guinea-Bissau. We just have to be very, very optimistic. That's the thing. The game is open. The game is still open, very open. But the hope of clinching the fourth title is a possibility.
All right, and let's quickly talk about it. It's already been confirmed that Taiwa Woni will not be part of the party. Then, even Wilfred Didi2 will not be part of the show, Soccer Fiesta over there. But it's likely, almost 60% sure as it is, that Kelechi Iheanacho may be missing out too.
Yeah, that's three big blows.
Yeah.
3 guys playing at the top of football cadre. I mean, that's a very big concern for me too. Very, very big concern. And I'm sure a lot of Nigerians are like, okay, so these 3 guys, I mean, I've read a couple of things yesterday and people are saying, wow, big senior man is out and stuff. But let's still be optimistic, Sometimes one nameless guy can just steal the show and we're where we want to be as a nation. So let's
All right, finally, when are we seeing 1 or 2 of your players donning the jersey of Nigeria at the under-17 level?
Well,
let's bring it down to under-15 for now.
Under-15, we are in talks. We're trying to, how Nigeria is. We're trying to also, part of our 6th-year goal is to ensure that we have some collaborations and some reaching out. So we have a couple of amazing talents. I don't want to mention names, but a couple of amazing talents in our fold that we know that if we push them out, Nigerians will see them and be proud. You will thank me for bringing them out, and I'm sure about that.
All right, just heard from Angel Salt, who is the proprietor and coach of F8ballers, situated definitely at the National Stadium, Surulere. And with what he said, we should be watching out for him. I want to say big shout out to Olaoluwa Bamboye too. We know you've been balling, and we hope we're going to see you anytime soon too at that level. On that note, I want to say big thank you to you for joining us on Sports Cafe today. Let's make it a date on Thursday. As usual, 10:30 will be the time, and STV Silverbird News 24 should always be the place for you to be.